Hi everyone, and welcome back to Awriting Guy. So, a previous Instagram post, I list out 10 common journaling questions, but somehow I don't feel like I expressed the full scale of these questions and what I really thought about them. So, in this video, I'm gonna talk a bit more on how you can really use these ones to your advantages and not overuse them so it turned into some sort of mental delusions. Okay, before we begin, again, if you like the content, please like the videos and subscribe. And if you are looking to buy your next fountain pens, notebooks, or inks, please check out a writing guy shop on Instagram, send me an email, or give me a DM anywhere. So let's get back to the first question. What am I grateful for today? It's one of the most popular ones that you see most of the time recommended to start journaling. However, this one might come off as forced at times, since most of our daily activities are rather monotonous. And in the midst of a struggle, it might be hard to feel thankful for the troubles life's thrown at you and the issues that is happening to you at the moment. It's okay if you are frustrated about things. It's also okay to not want to even think about your problems at hand, but it's definitely not okay to avoid them entirely. So instead of just being thankful about life, you can start writing about something that makes you think deeply or feel strongly that day. That's a better way to start articulating your thoughts, I would say. The second one, it would be, what am I most proud of accomplishing recently? Acknowledging your accomplishments and results, it's a good adrenaline boost to keep you going. And away from self-deprecation and comparing yourself to others. But as with all things, we can actually overdo it, right? Being prideful, it can start going into your head. And it can start to become the obstacle stopping you from doing more with your life, as it would allow you to sleep on your victories and to not looking for newer and more challenges to try. It might be better to ask yourself, what can I do even more spectacular today? The next one is, how am I taking care of myself today? Without good health, both physical and mental, you are pretty much rendered helpless and unresponsive in the face of difficulties. Having a good workout, a hearty meal, and a good night rest might seem like something simple, but also critical to ensure that you're performing at top conditions and providing you with the clear mind needed for effective work. So I think this is definitely a good one so that you can start looking at how you're treating your body and your mind. The fourth question is, what lessons have I learned recently? This one is pretty lovely as a reflective journaling question, as it does makes you actively go back and rethink of what sorts of experiences and thoughts you have encountered lately so that they can become a new part of you. Lessons are everywhere around you, and thus it might not be obvious to us at first glance, but it might take a while to start revealing itself to you. Think about them and write, then the lessons will show up in time. Yeah, I do like this one. What challenges am I currently facing, and what steps can I do to overcome them? This one is definitely a good one to have, and I would say it's better to be as specific as you can, as dwelling on a problem for too long can really paralyze you to the point of being unable to act upon it. Start writing down small, manageable goals and actions you can do today. Then start moving up the scale to something better and more effective later on. The next one is, how can I incorporate more mindfulness into my daily life? Being in the moment and connecting with those who truly love you is always a bliss. Yet the distractions surround it can deter us away from fulfilling things in life. Less phone time, more writing, and face-to-face talking is the way to go, in my opinion. And writing down a checklist of mindful things you can do is a good way to start. The next one is, what goals am I striving for and what steps can I take to get closer to them? As a question by itself, knowing what we know, it is certainly impossible to know exactly what we want based on our current experience until the point in life where we've gained enough maturity and self-awareness to boil down to the fundamental goals that we want to reach, the places we want to be, and the successes we want to achieve. So for those of you that are younger, pinpointing a specific and actionable goal is hard. So to answer this question, I would suggest you start articulating sorts of directions that you want your life to head toward in a few years, in a few months, and in a few weeks' time. Then to quantify them into something actionable and measurable. Number 8 on the list. What is something that brings me joy, and how can I incorporate more of it into my life? Now, having fun is always a good thing to do because it's crucial for our overall happiness. We get a sense of achievements because sometimes you work hard in life but you don't have fun, then what would you even put yourself through all of this, right? Reflect on the activities, hobbies, or relationship that brings you genuine joy and brainstorm ways to integrate more of them into your daily routine or start planning them throughout your years, right? Maybe a small getaway vacation after 2 or 3 months of work. Write that down. The next one is, what fears or limiting beliefs are holding me back and how can I overcome them? This one might be a bit more subjective and difficult for you to articulate on the page because when we are faced with our fears, it always turn into something like anxiety, anger, or somehow avoidance in the face of trouble. And so we don't really aware of the issues at hand right at the moment. And we need a more objective view on our issues so that we can recognize our patterns and removing the blocks that are preventing us from reaching our full potential. Take this opportunity to confront your fears, challenge your self-imposed limitations, and explore strategies for building resilience. You might need somebody to read your journal for this one. And the final one on my list, that is, how can I show more kindness and compassion towards myself and others? They are the powerful forces that can transform our relationship and our inner lives. And if you would like to provide value to the world around you, all of your actions should be based on kindness, compassion, and empathy. Reflect on the ways you can extend more of those to both yourself and others, and to foster a more nurturing and supportive environment to provide value to the people that you love. It could be as small as a pretty photos, or it can be a lot more than that, like charitable actions or even acts of service that you can do. So you can start by journaling all of the ideas down and see what you can do right now. That's my thoughts, and I would like to hear from you as well. Which one is your favorite? And are there any other questions that you would like to recommend? Please comment down below and we can surely build a conversation. In the next video, I'll share my thoughts on your questions as well. Again, thank you guys for watching, and for more fountain pen related content, please check out awritingguy.com for written reviews, photos, and more. And if you would like to see more regular daily updates, please follow me on Instagram at awritingguy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.